Hello, everybody. My name is Bill, EOT Pro. We are talking today about the EOT RT channels, which you see on the screen. For those of you who like to have channels around price action, I think these are pretty good. They're very, very dynamic. They're not fixed length. They do a pretty good job of giving you opportunities to trade. Some interesting things that were kind of pioneered when we were looking at these channels at the time was trading in chop. If you like to trade in chop, I think these are pretty good, and they do a pretty good job. Um, you can see definitely the two halves of the channel. And I think that if you're trading in chop, getting long on the bottom half of the channel and getting out when price breaks above to the second half of the channel, maybe it hits the upper band, is pretty good. And it worked pretty well too. You can also see how dynamic the channel moving average is in the middle. It does a really good job of constraining price within the channel. Richard, who designed these channels, did a pretty nice job on these. Now, one thing I do want to point out is this fall here, which we had. And you can see how the moving average, the price was pretty constrained within the channels. And I wanted to compare these against standard Bollinger Bands. So let me just move those channels out of the way and let me bring up Bollinger Bands. Okay, so Bollinger Bands, which are not dynamically adjusted, which are fixed length, I feel are kind of weird. If you look, I mean, why is the upper band doing things like this? It kind of makes this jog up here, and I think this little jog up here is kind of indicative of this. They're quite laggy. It's kind of this move up on the Bollinger Band was caused by this sideways chop here, likely. And what is that? I'm sorry, but that's just too laggy for me. Um, I think when Richard did these bands, he did a much, much nicer job. You can see how much tighter they are to price action, how much better and dynamic they are, and they don't have those weird things going on. And I think that's probably because they are dynamic and Bollinger Bands aren't. So they sure do a nice job. Let me get rid of these Bollinger Bands. They sure do a nice job compared to the standard bands, in chop. Um, especially in chop, they do, and also for trend confirmation. Is another thing that these were pretty good at. When price is butting up against the top of the band, you can see we're in a trend, we're in a trend, we're in a trend, and we're in a trend, we're in a trend. Oh, the trend is weakening, but we're still in the upper channel. We're in a trend, we're in a trend, we're in a trend. Again, oh, price has broken that upper channel. Maybe you should get out. Price has broken that mid channel. So for chop trading and maybe trend confirmation, here's a exit on the trend confirmation right there. That's not bad, man. That's not bad at all. Something that you may want to consider if you like to have bands around your price action. It's a very interesting and very good indicator. Thanks for listening, everyone.